I'm diving with the Dacor Nautilus, and I'm doing something that we probably shouldn't do. I'm telling you about a mistake that I made. A lot of times in diving, we don't go through and discuss our errors, things that we don't do correctly. Well, you can see that I'm sitting down on a rock, putting on my fins here, getting ready for the dive. That would be normal. That would be how you should do it under normal circumstances. But the Dacor Nautilus is a different type of diving apparatus. If you look at the Nautilus, it's got buoyancy. It's kind of like a submarine built in. But it also has weights. And my whole objective for this dive was to use the weights to see how it would function with minimum wetsuit. Now I'm putting on my mask and about ready to get in the water, and I want you to take a look at what happens when I do that. Watch the bottom of the Nautilus here. Okay, you see that? Those are the weights. That's 16 pounds of lead that just was jettisoned accidentally. Now I'm in the water. You can see the lead weights, the 16 pounds of lead sitting beside the rock, and I'm trying to sink, flooding the Nautilus and trying to sink. And I can't understand why my wetsuit is so buoyant. Now, because I've got a mask on and we have limited visibility, and because that rock's in the way, I can't see that I've jettisoned the weights. And so I continue the dive, thinking that I've got the weights in there, but something's wrong. And I can't really get down. To take a look, I'm having problems getting underwater. Now back up. Okay, let's get all of the air out of the Nautilus. So I'm opening the water intake valve. I'm opening the top valve so I can get every little bit of water or the air out of the Nautilus. Finally, I'm able to dive. But I'm very buoyant, and you can see I'm working pretty hard to stay down. Throughout this dive, until a little bit later, I'm really trying hard to stay down. I'm not quite neutrally buoyant, which is why I'm feet up and working at it really, really hard here. Finally, I say enough of this, and I go looking for rocks. I grab this one right here, and then I find out that it's the home for a crayfish, so I put it back down. See the little guy coming out there? And I grab a little more appropriate rock. This is my ballast. Now, for some reason, I don't know why exactly yet, I'm still pretty light. And so I put this rock under my waist strap, and that gets my buoyancy to a point where I can continue the dive without real problems. Now you can see that I'm diving minimal wetsuit here. That's because the water temperature is quite warm. It's 68 degrees in the river, and this is causing havoc with our run of Chinook salmon. This is one of the dead salmon. killed probably prematurely by the water temperature. And if you watch here, watch my fingers. Anyway, I got it in the mouth and it's got some really sharp teeth. This is one of several that I saw on this dive, and I've got more footage on other dives of these problems. Well, it's about time to end the dive, so I'm coming towards my exit point. I had a mask fogging problem with this mask. It would fog over, and that might have contributed to my not seeing those weights too. So here we're getting towards the end. And I'm up, and I've actually blown the ballast, so I'm very, very buoyant. Anyway, that's my dive. I went back the next day to try and find those weights, thinking they were in deep water, and somebody had already picked them up. So somebody is making fishing weights out of lead that I got from fishing weights, and I'll have to re-mold some new weights. Bye-bye.